Is about how to do some pretty basic metric conversions using dimensional analysis for Physics 1. So we're going to start off pretty simple here. And what you're going to see me draw, and sometimes we call this like a picket fence, but you're going to see like a line, like a vertical line and a horizontal line drawn like that. Well, the first thing that you got to know is that the up and down line means multiply or timesing, so it's like timesing. Whereas the horizontal line, that's going to mean dividing. And another way that you could do it is you could put parentheses. And so, like if you have two parentheses together, like if you had like 2 and then a parenthesis 4, that would mean 2 times 4, which would equal 8. But if you had 2 over like 4 12s, you would have to take 2 times 4 and then divide by 12. Okay? And so this is just a faster way of drawing this. So you'll see how I do it here. Okay, so what we have to do is to be able to convert like grams to kilograms. Now you can do it by just moving the decimal point. If you know how to do that, that's fine. But if you don't, I'm going to show you how to do it using dimensional analysis. All right, so step number 1, you write down what the problem gives you. So that's 500 grams. So we write 500 and we use the abbreviation for grams, which is G. We draw what's called the picket fence. Now, you're going to be given the metric conversion. 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. And so what you got to do is you got to put the kilogram and grams in the right spot. One goes on the top, one goes on the bottom. The easy way to tell is the gram unit always has to be diagonal. So diagonal is this way from the other gram unit. So the 1,000 grams will go on the bottom and the 1 kilogram goes on the top. So then what will happen in dimensional analysis is diagonal units cancel out, which means they kind of go away, and leaving you with the unit that you want to get. So we're trying to go from grams to kilograms. So if I take 500 times 1, that's 500, divide by 1,000, that's going to equal 0.5, and you could keep the zeros there if you wanted 0.500. So we're moving the decimal 3 spots to the left, but I did it using dimensional analysis. I multiply everything on the top, divide by everything on the bottom. 500 times 1 divided by 1,000 equals 0.5. You don't have to have the zeros. I mean, if you did it on a calculator, it'd probably just say 0.5. Okay? But that would be 0.5 kilograms. Okay? All right, let's do another one here. So step 1, write down what the problem gives you with the unit abbreviation. 2.75 kilograms, you draw the picket fence. Okay, now we're going to use the conversion over here. 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. But we got to put the conversion in the correct way. Kilograms are here, so this time the 1 that goes with the kilogram, you can't change these numbers around. And the 1,000 grams goes on the top. And so now you're going to take, and notice how kilograms are diagonal from kilograms, just like grams were diagonal from grams. Okay, so you got to know which way to put this conversion factor in. Sometimes the grams goes on the top, sometimes it goes on the bottom. It depends what you start with. So then you just take 2.75 times 1,000 divided by 1. All right, and so that's going to be 2,750 grams. Okay, convert 1,500 grams to kilograms. Always write down what the problem gives you with the correct unit. Draw the picket fence. Put the conversion factor in. If you have grams here, you have to have grams down here. So we'll put 1,000 grams because that's the number that goes with grams. And the 1 kilogram will go on the top. So we'll take 1,500 times 1 divided by 1,000. And so that's going to end up being 1.5 kilograms. All right. Why don't you pause the video and see if you can do number 4 and number 5. All right, here we go. Here's number 4. Step 1, write down what the problem gives you. 0.85 kilograms. You draw the picket fence. If you have kilograms here, kilograms have to go down here. We have to look at the conversion factor. 1 kilogram, that's the number that goes with kilograms. See, 1 kilogram. The 1,000 grams goes on the top. So what's 0.85 times 1,000? That's going to be 850 grams. Okay, this one down here, 3,200 grams. We want to change that to kilograms, so we write down what the problem gives us. With the units, it's important to write the unit down. That way you know if you have grams here, what has to go down here? Grams. So we're going to put 1,000 grams on the bottom and 1 kilogram on the top. So 3,200 times 1 divided by 1,000. That's going to equal 3.2 kilograms. Okay, that's how to convert grams to kilograms. That's something you'll have to be able to do. Okay, now we're going to follow the same rule when we convert meters to centimeters and centimeters to meters. You do it the exact same way. So convert the following measurement from meters to centimeters. So it says 5 meters equals how many centimeters? So we write down what the problem gives us, 5 meters. We draw the picket fence. We put the conversion factor in the right way. 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. So meters have to go diagonal from meters. And the 100 centimeters goes on the top. So 5 times 100 is 500 centimeters. Okay, let's try another one. Convert the following measurements from centimeters to meters. So we write down 800 centimeters. We draw the picket fence. We look up here, we got 1 meter, 100 centimeters. Well, here we have centimeters. So the 100 centimeters goes here. The 1 meter will go at the top. So we take 800 times 1 divided by 100. That's going to equal 8 meters. Okay, number 8. Convert the following kilometers to meters. Okay, so we have a little different conversion. You just do it all the same way. 2.5 kilometers. We draw the picket fence. Okay, we have kilometers here. We got to put kilometers down here. Well, the conversion is 1 kilometer to 1,000 meters. So 2.5 times 1,000 is 2,500 meters. Convert the following measurements from meters to kilometers. So we have 3,500 meters. See how I wrote down what the problem gave me? I draw the picket fence. I look here, what unit do I have here? Meters, what has to go down here? Meters, what number goes with meters? 1,000 meters. Then the 1 kilometer goes on the top. So now we're going to multiply everything on the top, 3,500 times 1, divided by 1,000, divided by everything on the bottom. That equals 3.5 kilometers. Okay, number 10 and 11 are kind of tricky. So here we go. These would be pretty hard. But anyway, convert the following measurement from centimeters to kilometers. So we write down what the problem gives us. So we got 45,000 centimeters. We draw the picket fence. And I want to go to kilometers. But if I look up here, there is no centimeters to kilometers. But what I could do is I always got to follow the rule of diagonality. So centimeters have to go on the bottom and meters go on the top. However, if we did that problem, we would be in meters. So we got to do another problem. So we just keep on going. And if we have meters here, we got to have meters here. But we don't want to go back to centimeters. We want to go to kilometers. So we just put the second conversion factor right there. And then we take 45,000 times 1 times 1 divided by 100 divided by 1,000. And so that's going to equal, if I did my math right, 0.45 kilometers. Okay, number 11. Convert the following measurement from kilometers to centimeters. So we write down 3.2 kilometers. We draw our picket fence, and we want to go to centimeters. Well, hey, the only thing we can go to are meters, so we got to have the units the same. So I'm going to write 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. But I don't want to stop there because I want to go to centimeters, so I keep going. All right, and so now I'm going to say 1 meter. See how the units are the same diagonally? And so 100 centimeters. So I'm going to take 3.2 times 1,000 times 100. And so that's going to equal, so remember you multiply everything on the top. So that's going to equal, I'm kind of figuring this out here, I think 320,000 centimeters. Hopefully I did that right. Okay, those are some basic metric conversions that you'll have to be able to do in this class. If you know how to do it by just moving the decimal, you can surely do it that way, but this is a way to learn the basics, the very, very basics of dimensional analysis. That's it.